I'm Jamie, and welcome to What's Happening in Space for the 29th of May 2026. On the evening of Thursday, 21st of May 2026, skywatchers across eastern Australia were treated to an unexpected celestial spectacle when a brilliant meteor blazed across the sky shortly after 6:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. The fireball was seen from a vast area stretching from Sydney through the Southern Highlands and Canberra, with reports also coming from other parts of New South Wales and southeast Queensland. What made the event so remarkable was the object responsible for the display was surprisingly small. Scientists estimate the meteoroid measured only around 30 to 50 centimetres across, roughly the size of a small TV. Yet, despite its modest size, it became one of the brightest objects in the evening sky for a few brief seconds. As the rock plunged into Earth's atmosphere at speeds likely exceeding 50,000 kilometres per hour, it encountered increasing air pressure. Contrary to popular belief, meteors do not glow simply because of friction. At such extreme speeds, the air in front of the object is compressed so violently that it heats to temperatures of several thousand degrees. The surrounding air becomes ionised, creating a brilliant plasma trail that can outshine the stars and even rival the brightness of the moon. Witnesses describe seeing a vivid green-blue streak racing across the sky before a sudden flash illuminated the landscape below. Dashcam footage and security cameras captured the moment, showing roads, buildings and even cloud layers briefly lit up by the meteor's intense glow. For many observers, the flash was so bright that their first thought was that lightning had struck nearby. Others wondered whether they were seeing an aircraft accident or some kind of military activity, before social media quickly filled with reports confirming it was a meteor. The green colour seen by many observers is particularly interesting to astronomers. Different minerals and metals emit different colours when heated to extreme temperatures. The emerald glow suggests the object likely contained metals such as iron and nickel, common ingredients in many meteoroids that travel through the inner solar system. As these materials vaporise in the atmosphere, they produce the striking colours visible from the ground. Scientists believe the brightest flash occurred when the meteorite began to break apart under enormous stresses of atmospheric entry. Although the object had survived millions of years travelling through space, the pressure exerted by Earth's atmosphere proved too much. The rock fragmented violently, releasing a burst of energy that made the fireball appear even brighter for a moment before the fragments continued their descent and eventually burned away. The event also highlights how difficult it is to detect small objects before they reach Earth. Modern asteroid surveys are highly effective at finding potentially hazardous asteroids tens or hundreds of metres across, but an object less than half a metre wide is simply too small and faint to spot in advance. As a result, there was no warning. The meteor arrived completely unannounced, appearing over Australia without anyone knowing it was coming. Researchers are now analysing videos and eyewitness reports to reconstruct the meteor's trajectory. By comparing footage from different locations, scientists can estimate its speed, altitude and original orbit around the Sun. Networks such as the Desert Fireball Network specialise in exactly this kind of work, using camera systems spread across Australia to track fireballs and determine whether any meteorites may have survived the journey to the ground. While there is a possibility that small fragments reach the surface, most experts believe the majority of the object was destroyed high in the atmosphere. Even so, the event serves as a reminder that Earth is constantly encountering material from space. Tiny dust particles enter the atmosphere every day, creating ordinary shooting stars. Larger objects such as this one are less common, but they still occur regularly around the globe. Most go unnoticed because they happen over oceans, remote regions, or during daylight hours. What made the fireball of the 21st of May 2026 so memorable was its timing. It appeared during the early evening when many people were outdoors, driving home from work, or simply looking at the night sky. Combined with clear conditions across much of eastern Australia and the prevalence of dash cams and security cameras, it became one of the most documented meteor events in Australia in recent years. For a few seconds, at around 6:30 p.m. on the 21st of May 2026, a small rock no larger than a household appliance transformed into a dazzling fireball visible across hundreds of kilometres, reminding everyone who saw it that our planet is moving through a busy and dynamic solar system. Thanks for watching What's Happening in Space. I hope you have a great weekend. Bye for now.